This is how it started and how it's going.
How it's been?
Yeah. Welcome back. Like May said, we are the Wash Guys. We are Wash Never Wash Up. This is episode 74. I ain't got a player for y'all. Sorry. Like again, I am player. I might have a player for you.
Creative player. Let's Google it right fast. Let's sit here and fuck shit up.
But yeah, man, we are back once again, man. I am Draft. He is Sean MC.
I am Sean MC. You see it.
Yeah. We got 404 creators with us. We are, when you see us, you see him. As I always say, we are the Wash Guys. I'm going to keep saying that.
Your team, Jacksonville Jaguars, Aaron Campman.
All right, shout out to Aaron Campman. Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguar great apparently. But
nothing about them.
But we're gonna get into the countries, man.
That's how you stretch out the awkward silence. That's how you do it.
I got the cure for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll show you something.
Show you how to do this, son.
I'll give a shout out to these United States. I don't have shit pulled up yet, but I just know, y'all.
United Kingdom. Let's see how long we can go before we got.
Shout out to the United Kingdom. I don't know the third
France.
one. Nah, Australia,
New Zealand.
Sure. Shout out to Canada, Iceland,
Canada. Ooh,
Germany,
Black Podcast in Iceland. Can't forget about you.
Ireland, Russia,
boop, boop. Russians.
Yeah.
Shout out to I don't know what y'all got over there. Fur hats.
Yeah, India, Brazil, France, Norway, New
Zealand, Norway, gunshots.
Finland, Costa Rica.
Shout out to all the Finns.
Puerto Rico. Romania, Spain, Ecuador, Denmark, the Netherlands, Sweden, Singapore, Slovakia, Belgium, Italy, Qatar, Turkey, Hong Kong. Oh shit, we got a new country.
See?
Oh, Japan, Mexico, North Korea, Saudi Arabia.
What is it? Drum roll, please.
Some shit. The Philippines.
We big in the Philippines. That shit crazy.
Shout out to the Philippines, man. Welcome to the podcast. All my Philippians.
The most famous Philippian, Manny Pacquiao. This nigga got mad when I said Arabians, nigga. This nigga just called these niggas pussy. He called that shit crazy, man.
Shout out to all my people in the Philippines. Thank you for tuning in.
No, man.
Yeah, thank you to all the people in the
New
Philippines.
Countries are dope, man.
It's dope, man. It's going to get to a point where I'm not going to do this list because this shit too motherfucking
it's gonna be
long.
Too long.
Yeah.
And communicate with us, so that way we know.
Yeah, as we always talk about, email us at askthewashguys@gmail.
Please.
Send anything you got. You said ladies nudes, you know what I'm saying? But, or not.
Titties.
Or just genuine questions, you know what I'm saying? Whatever angle you want to take.
Send us your thoughts, man.
Yeah.
With titties.
But I guess we're going to get into it.
How was your week?
How could I describe this week? I don't really know how I could describe this week, really. But it's just been a lot of work. As far as the pod goes, if anybody that's been in tune, they can see we've been a little bit more active recently, so that comes with a lot more responsibility. But other than that, played a little basketball, try to catch up on some series and shit. Kind of dove into this awful, never mind, dove into flip the script. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, just, regular shit, man. Just doing a lot more podding. Just trying to stay productive on my creative shit. So that's, it is what it is, man.
I feel it. Kind of partially explains my week because it's definitely been a group effort. We've been seeing a lot more of each other. Just talked about it on the pod or before the pod. Damn, bro, it's hard to even kick it, nigga. I really just work with you. But aside from that, having more time to be able to do that is refreshing because coming from the work environment or the schedule I had before, it was a task in order to not just do it, but get the other shit I need to get done in the process of doing something after work. So I've just been catching up on sleep, trying to work out. I did go on hoop too. And it's funny because I realized old nigga shit. I can't really do the things I used to do. Like, I used to have a routine when I go hoop. Like, I just be like, all right, bro, free throws, you're gonna run some layups, and then I'll be warmed up, even if it's just me out here. It's like, now it's just like, oh, okay. You think we ready to play? Like, you fucking around. Body just freeze up. I'm doing shit that, like, I'm seeing other old niggas do. Like, now, like, that's why I end up hooping with so many old niggas, because it's like, we gonna go to the court early before the sun get out. I'm gonna make sure I got plenty of water. I got my ankle brace. I'm just gonna shoot jump shots. I remember pulling up the course and be like, oh shit, this nigga's here. We can just start playing. And now it's like, and it be always that old nigga to be like, I ain't even warmed up yet, bro. Relax.
Yeah, give me
like,
time.
That's me. Yeah. Like, because you gonna fuck around and either hurt yourself or embarrass yourself just jumping out there and hooping. Yeah, we here now, nigga.
I always be mad at young niggas. Like, nigga, you gotta relax, man. I'm not just really just trying to just do this. It's like, you know, I feel like a virgin.
Slow down. You
go. A little foreplay first, man. We can't just hop into this thing, man. No,
I don't even know your name.
Yeah, romance me a little. Yeah, romance me a little bit, man. Shoot around with me, you know, get to know me and shit. You know, figure out my.
Ask me about my day.
Yeah.
Before we get into a whole.
No, learn my turn-ons and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nah, that's what's up. I don't know what the fuck we was talking about before.
We're just going through the week.
Yeah. Other than that, I guess
wash moments.
Oh yeah. Speaking of wash moments, oh shit!
I got one. I'll let you do your thing. Your phone's right there. But yeah, shout out Versus. They hosted a pop up with Danny and his wife. I think her name is Agatha. If I get your name wrong, I'm sorry. But they have a brand called Mini Me Vintage. Well, not even a brand, but a online store called Mini Me Vintage that had a pop up at Versus. So I pulled up with Austin. Shout out Frico. I ran into him too, him and Bianca. And I stopped by and got a birthday gift for Ricky. Ricky's son, Bam. Shout out Ricky. And Bam, happy birthday. We went there and ended up finding this big bin of Space Jam plush toys. So it's like all the characters from like the 90s. And they even had the box set action figures. But he was like, yo, because I have all of them, I'm only selling it as a set. And I was like, what's the price? And it was something ridiculous. But it was dope to walk in there and see the toys. So I was like, yo, shoot, let me get this for Ricky and for Ricky's son. And we went to their house, barbecued, again, wash nigga shit. Like, all I want to do now, especially because it's summertime, just pull up and cook. Like, let me just make food, bro. I don't want to go out. You can get whatever liquor you want. BYOB. It's your world, dog. Just not go nowhere and do shit. Everything I need is right here. And it allows me the freedom to do shit, like hang out with my child and be entertained and like maybe watch a movie I haven't, whereas like I'm going out, I'm only doing one of those things, maybe. Because I don't have my tools. Yeah. But I'm sitting there. We literally was over there all day. Like the day was really action-packed. She had gymnastics that morning. We went to go get the gift. I had that little fake meeting with Frico. And then we got the gift and left. And as I'm sitting there, like, talking to Austin, I'm like, damn, man, we did a lot today. She's like, yep. Like, I got to play with my friend. You got to play with your friend. I was like, damn, we got friends, huh? She's like, yep. Like, we had fun, didn't we? She's like, yep. She's like, old people can have fun with their friends, too. I was like, what'd you say to me? And Ricky got over, he's like, yo, she said old people like to have fun with their friends, too. That's crazy. Walked out the room, bro. I was thinking like, damn, bro. It was one of those oh shit moments. Like the TikTok where it's like, yo, you realize like you're old school or some shit, or like when you realize you such and such, and then like Michael McDonald, I keep forgetting, cuts on and you're just sitting there froze, staring off into space. Like it was really one of those moments in real life. I was just like, oh, the world got a whole lot smaller for me. I'm old now.
Yeah. It's funny that you said that because pretty much my wash movement was. But it pretty much was like anytime kids are around, I turn them into my slaves. Like, yeah.
Get that.
Tie my shoes.
You don't know how to do it. You need practice.
You need practice, man.
Come on, man. But that's kind of what it is. Like, that's what being washed is. Like, you just do the things that you try to teach somebody how to do things that you know how to do or that you need to do for them, so that way you don't have to do it no more. Go change the channel on the TV. That's everything that we do now is that this generation's that.
Man, yeah.
Like, go get my phone.
Yeah.
Put this on the charger.
Man, yeah. But yeah, shit short sweet, man. Just like to turn kids into slaves in the healthiest way possible.
Most productive. It's good for them, man.
Yeah.
What would they do if they didn't have us?
But yeah, I guess we get into this Frito Lay shit, man. You sent me that story. That shit was crazy. Apparently, like, Frito Lay workers have been going without days off for months at a time.
It's been like 5 days of mandatory overtime.
They were talking about how it led to suicides, divorce, and all this other stuff. But I mean,
random health issues like heart attacks, and that's, I think, what spurred it on. Like, it was a guy who was on a 15-hour shift and he was driving, I believe. And he took a break and went to take a nap and then just never woke up. And it had been so long. People have been complaining about the same issues for some time now. They were just like, yo, this got to be due to the fact that we overworked. And even if it wasn't, why the fuck are you working your people like this? And I don't know. I don't know what the resolution is other than strike. Like, you can't work like that.
I don't want to pay more for chips.
Yeah.
But nah, man, it's
it don't matter that much. We got French fries, nigga. Niggas don't even eat chips like that no more. That's why I was confused. I'm like, bro, what?
Chips are just for the culture. I just feel like, you know, they need
what kind of? Were you eating chips because you got hot dogs for dinner? Like, that's a
yeah. That's the only thing they really pair with, right?
Sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's why Rap Snacks don't have this problem at their factory. See, you just gotta switch your brand. Yeah, shout out Master P, man.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate, man. But I think this story is like a story you're gonna hear over and over. Like,
tell us all the time. We're seeing it right now with Amazon.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. Like, same like story we heard about Amazon. People said they didn't have like breaks to even take pisses and shit. So,
and what's weird about that was it was like they said it, and it's really just about people who like there's fires everywhere, but they just pick which one they want to put out.
Yeah. And
it's like, man, when I was working for a set delivery company, that was part of it, nigga. You came in the morning, somebody drove your truck before you, like, oh, this nigga had to take a break and just left it in the truck. And like, that comes with the culture of work. And I think that people who don't, it's always the people who are like in an office or now working from home that have some, like, oh, that's so crazy. You hear about such and such, such and such. And you're like, nigga, you know what I go through at work?
Yeah, if a nigga don't die mysteriously, nigga, are we
what, is it a job?
Yeah.
That's why the way I talk to niggas about their jobs, it's like, damn, bro, I'm glad. It's good to talk to you, man. How you all right? I don't check on draft because this nigga not working, bro. This nigga safe.
Nah, I mean,
the culture, field.
The culture is like to be overworked, which is just fucked up. It's shitty that it's not that, like, I know I joked about like niggas dying mysteriously, but it's not that. I mean, realistically, I've had coworkers that died randomly and shit. Like, I can't say that's not necessarily like
more than
completely attached to the job, but I know we worked a lot and shit, and they weren't.
I'm not saying it's not.
And I know they didn't enjoy it. So, you know, I think like just even kind of living in misery is an illness in itself. So like, it's a certain thing to be said about that, to come to a job you hate and then you add that you're overworked too.
Because everybody feels like this to some degree. Like,
I don't like, that's the thing though. Everybody don't though.
No, well, I'm not saying in a set environment. So if I work at FedEx,
because I used to think everybody hated their job, but the more I talk to people, like, nah, nigga, that's really just me. It's like the bottom. It's the bottom tier of society has to hate their job.
So to that point, when everybody's like, nah, fuck this shit, you know it's got to be crazy. It's got to be crazy because everybody's like, nah, I can't really do this no more. Like, I can't do it.
I knew it was shitty, but damn.
To call something a suicide shift, I was like, oh shit, that does sound crazy. Like, a suicide shift over chips. like, not to say that slave labor of any kind is admissible, but
if we're gonna enslave somebody,
yeah,
do it.
let
for
it be in Kansas. Look at that. Move your foot right now. Move your foot. Just move it again because it's hiding under your foot.
Oh shit!
Kill that nigga.
All right. Anyway, come on.
But yeah, man. To segue from slave labor, let's talk about where the money is going. With Amazon and Jeff Besos, apparently it's directly to space. And Richard Branson, because we need Virgin Records to be, they got to survive if this world comes to an end. Like, we got to make sure that legacy keeps going.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, records. How the fuck does this nigga still have
I don't
money?
know. I don't know how he's still rich.
That Virgin folded. But shout out to Richard Branson. Shout out to Jeff Besos. Apparently they're in space, or they were in space. I don't know why
all those overworked Amazon workers got thanked and the customers that got their product thrown on their steps by somebody who was overworked and underpaid. Like, it really puts it in perspective. He thanked everybody he fucking over. For getting them into space.
Yeah, I really
for no reason too. Like, just he ain't do shit up there. He just went up there and came back.
I really don't understand the whole idea of the space race and why that's supposed to be interesting to somebody. Honestly, I
think they know something we don't. That's the only reason.
I mean, you could go hover in space, but like, you still ain't got a planet you're going to, my nigga. Like,
what you think?
I mean, yeah, possibly. I mean, I don't think they know anything we do. We don't. I mean, we've seen
I don't think so either. It's just fun to talk about.
Because we've seen the space race before.
Yeah.
And what did that yield? It's like
nuclear bombs.
Yeah. So, maybe. I guess. I don't know what other kind of bomb you can do. We already know how to blow up the world. That's been established already.
That's why I try to get out this bitch. You answering your own question. That's what they doing. I mean, I'm not saying it like that. Like, I don't know why. I think it is a news story just because, like, the idea of space has always been a news story for the mainstream media outlets. But given everything that's going on here, like,
I don't even think people are like interested as they used to be. Like, I don't think this is like
I mean, that's why they upped it with aliens. Like, all of this shit is kind of like a never-ending circle of speculation. Like, it allows you to create the conspiracy theory, as we're doing now. Mm-hmm. But what I think it is just a conversation piece because these people are in such high positions. Like, it's like the rich are our royalty, and we want to know what they got going on. And I think a lot of that's built up by people like Jeff Besos who, like, want to do space programs and sell you, like, books and dildos in the mail.
Yeah. Also, I just think, like, these billionaires have, like, a fetish for being, like, admired. It's funny because they have, like, a Richard Branson-esque character in BoJack where he's just, like, he's just doing wild shit, like going to random countries, trying to save babies in the middle of war, but he wants to be, photographed and, like, you know. He wants somebody to, like, recount all his stories and write a book as he's doing it and shit. And it's kind of like what you see these billionaires.
What you really doing this for?
Yeah. Like, niggas just like attention at the end of the day, man. It's kind of disgusting. Yeah, man. I just feel like it's like a Napoleon's type ugly guy syndrome. Like, no salt to Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson. I'm sure they have enough money to have me killed, but these motherfuckers aren't the prettiest niggas in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know where they get their value.
They are some of the richest.
Yeah, but I know, like, everybody wants to use that, but if you're really a truly ugly person, I don't give a fuck how much money you make. You're not shaking that shit off, man. Like, people still see your face. You get all the money in the world, man. Like, you want it, like, you can't buy a new face, man. That's why plastic surgery is so big. Like, at the end of the day, you
can buy a new face?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, but I mean,
you can't buy a new face.
You could alter
plastic surgery though.
You can alter your face, but you can't buy a new one and shit. Like, at the end of the day,
that ugly stay on you though, just because if that's how you feel about yourself or if that's how you move, like, regardless of what you look like in most situations. And I think that's why the Jeff Besos, to come back to it, like, it shit look ugly because you think you literally are in space while everybody here on Earth is struggling to get your shit done.
Yeah,
and then you thank them when you come back. That shit seemed just callous.
Yeah. Also, the section of the world that would be interested in that type of shit doesn't work for Jeff Bezos, or if they do, they're actually gainfully employed.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They're not affected. So it
But
don't sit. It don't sit with you.
We gonna be right back. I don't know. I usually have good intros for y'all. And by good intros, I mean very awkward, random
that's
rap
the last
lyrics.
one, bro. I'll do these intros.
Yeah, man.
You resigned.
We back, episode 74, man. Wash guards, wash never washed up. I forgot to mention, man. Shout out to the NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks. Shout out to Giannis, man. Yeah.
Real G's moving silence.
Yeah, like Giannis, man. So, yeah, man. I wasn't that excited about this championship series and none of that shit, but it's cool to see Giannis get a ring, man. I actually revisited there's a Giannis 3-part series that they did on the ESPN network, podcast network, about just his upbringing. It was just really interesting because dude went through a lot. So, like, to see him get that ring is, like, pretty inspirational.
Is he the only one to get a ring with his brother on the team, like in NBA history?
I can't call
that
that.
shit.
Yeah, possibly.
But you were talking about earlier about how he low-key put his family on.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that he was playing in Milwaukee, like his family's taken care of to a certain extent because he didn't want to play from, like he didn't want to be so far away from his family. And I think it's a very admirable story. The Jordan 10 story I read where it talked about how he got a pair of Jordan 10s and was reading the stats on the bottom of the shoe. And for all my sneakerheads out there who know, like what the shoe actually looks like. And he was saying like the person who gave them to him was watching him look at him and picked up his shoe and was like, yeah, ain't nothing on the bottom of these. And he was literally dejected. Like he felt you could see it. And he was like, one day that he was like, yeah, one day after you get to a certain point in your career, you'll be able to have something on to put on there. Like you don't have anything to put on there. You ain't got no timing. So now you look at the bottom of his shoe, and it says like, "I am my father's legacy," and to know all that work he put in to see it end like this, like it tells such a great story. So yeah, man, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks, man, NBA champions.
Yeah, yeah, man. Shout out to them, but also Kanye. I don't know when this pod is gonna drop, but his album will probably be out by then. So Donda is supposedly gonna be released, whatever today's date is.
They're doing a lot of listenings.
Yeah, they're doing a listening in Atlanta tonight. You know, I don't know how excited I am for this album because honestly, like Jesus is King wasn't my favorite thing to listen to. The album prior, Ye was pretty cool.
I like Ye because it was short and to the point.
But
it was probably, and it's also now when you look back at it, it's the last Ye album you're gonna get like that.
Yeah, but I think he's been a little bit spotty at best. So I'm definitely still interested because at the end of the day, Ye's offered so much great music from us, like through so many generations and shit. Man, we kind of got to respect him. He's influenced so many artists. He low key changed the game. I mean, whether you want to deny it or not. It just is what it is. So I'm always going to be interested in the Kanye project. You know, the rumor was that he worked on Donda with Dr. Dre, which kind of leads into our next topic. But so we'll see how that match works. Yeah. Kanye, Dr. Dre. I've seen like a full track listing of the album. Supposedly it features Travis Scott, Pusha T, Lil Uzi Vert, The Weeknd, and a few other artists, but that was just like a full track list. All these, you know, with Ye, he's like kind of fake put out albums for a few years now.
Yeah.
What was the album that he didn't drop?
Yonda,
yeah.
Or Yandy, what was it?
Yandy, yeah. But we'll see, man. Do you think the album's actually gonna come out?
I think it's gonna come out. He wouldn't do all this if it wasn't. But I do think the quality of it and the content is going to determine, like any album, like whether or not I like it. Because I think a lot of this shit with certain artists of that measure, like Drake, Shout out to them Air Force Ones. Like sometimes you gotta look at like how many people are actually fucking with the project because it's good, or how many people are fucking with the idea of the artist making it so everything they do is good. Because when Ye was going on rants, it was a lot of niggas was like, yo, he's just expressing himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, something's going on. Like, they're looking at it from the standpoint of like, yo, this is an artist who's just gonna give me whatever and I'm just gonna eat it up. So the gospel shit was a reach, like, or is a reach, but artists do that like in different genres. The quality of music is just whatever stands the test of time. And I don't think Jesus is King was polished. Him trying to do it this way and him selling out like arenas in order to do it does kind of make a statement that makes me feel like, all right, man, maybe he got some shit. And I ain't heard, all the snippets I've heard have been crazy. The Sha'Carri Richardson Beats by Dre commercial was previewed recently, and it sounds solid. It sound crazy. One of the things you fuck with Kanye for with albums like Ye, Yeezus, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, especially during that era of Kanye, is dynamic sound. And I want to hear dynamic sound on this album. Like, sometimes it ain't really about the content with niggas like Ye. It's about how shit feel. Because Thought About Killing You is like him just talking through most of the track. And the hardest parts of it are just like him talking over the beat because it feels a certain kind of way. So that's what I look for when I listen to a Ye album. And it's too, his range on music is so broad, ain't no real way to predict it. It's just kind of got to come out. The theatrics that go with the album like cater to your personal preference if you fuck with Ye like that. And I think the music is really just going to be what it is. So we'll see, man. I think it's going to be dope. I mean, I think it's dope already, just the way he's presenting it, but we'll see how the music sounds.
Yeah, I think it's definitely kind of due for him to have like a meteoric type rise. They usually, as Jay says, they like to kill you, then bring you back just so they can kill your ass again. So
he's done it in so many, like for him to have, it'd be dope to hear him have a good album just because of all the projects he's got going on with Yeezy, like the timing of it as far as like his personal life. All that
supposedly
shit.
West Side Gun and Conway are on the album.
Come on, man. It's going
to be interesting.
It feels like he got all the pieces, especially for a nigga that's like doing gospel. Like this is supposed to be a gospel album. You got Conway, West Side Gun, Lil Uzi Vert. And maybe that's his approach to music now. Like he can still make the kind of music he wants, make it a Kanye album and all of it be a compilation of artists he kind of want to work with.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been Kanye's bag of like, kind of like, I think he takes a look at the culture and he finds a way to like, he's a producer at heart, so he like kind of produces first. So it's like he hears all the sounds a lot. Like he's gonna find it, like he found a way to make Jeezy's ad lib an instrument. Like he's that guy in that way, man. He like sees the culture and like, what can I do with this? Like he almost treats artists like pieces on the chessboard. Like he just knows how to place them in a certain way. So
I hate this. As we talk about it, man, Taji slow key ruined it.
Yeah. I just saw that too. Shout out to Taji. But anyway, man, we're getting to the Dr. Dre shit, man. Apparently he's about to pay $300K a month, man, to his wife. I don't really have a lot of opinions about this shit. I just kind of wrote it because I saw it. He's a billionaire, man. I don't think $300K is even that much, honestly.
Yeah, considering the numbers.
Because realistically, like, how will he actually be affected? Like, what is he gonna not be able to buy a planet or some shit? Nigga, I can't buy the moon, nigga. Shit. If I had it,
ruined it all, man. I was supposed to be on that spaceship with Besos. Now I'm out here making albums with Ye.
Next best thing.
Spacesos.
Yeah, name of the pod. Yeah.
Name of the pod. Jeff Besos, nigga.
But I did see like a lot of uproar, a lot of people on Twitter with no money talking about, oh my God, they gotta pay that much, nigga, boy. I ain't never gonna get married. Like, nigga, oh yeah, she's gonna
you ain't never gonna get money either.
Yeah. Like, nigga, if like me paying $300K out of my $1 billion is my biggest problem, then I ain't really got
$13 a week. That's like saying that you gotta give it $13 a week.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm gonna get Rillos. Now I gotta go to games.
Yeah, man. But shout out to Dr. Dre, man.
He done
He'll
done
be
all the
fine.
shit. He done all the shit he need to do, man.
Like I said, what is
chill
that
out, bro.
money going to stop him from doing
Yeah.
in life? Like, so how is he really even affected? But it's funny that they throw these numbers around, man. I always wonder when I see stories like, who's in a rush to publicize this type of shit and why?
Yeah.
Like a black man's struggle is always like broken down into numbers, you know. People always criticize me because they say I bring up race all the time, but ta-da. Back again, niggas. Yeah, I do always think it's odd that anytime like you're gonna find him the richest black man. He's the black billionaire. The black blah blah blah. It's just like, man, why can't it just be a guy with some money and shit? Why always gotta talk about it?
I think with inclusion, like the fact that
like baseball contracts are never like talked about like basketball and football contracts are and shit.
Yeah, this is true. And baseball is like where
they getting the same money or if not more.
So much more. Yeah. Baseball is the highest paid sport. Like on average, the amount of players and the amount of money they give out.
They publicize the stories, but not like they do NBA stories. But you know,
I don't know, man. I ain't a sports.
Except when it's a Spanish guy. Julio Gutierrez gets fucking $400 million. It's like everywhere, like A-Rod and shit. But
I was about to say A-Rod, Jeter. But they don't never discuss the other ones.
Mm-hmm. But I don't even know how much Mark McGwire was getting paid, nigga.
Yeah,
but yeah. Anyway, man.
What you been watching?
Yeah.
Listening to?
Let's do that. For me, what I've been listening to. Shout out to IDK. I don't know if you're supposed to do it. I don't know or IDK, but shout out to him. He just dropped a joint with Jay Electronica with West Side Gun, Jay Electronica. Who's the other guy on that?
Doom.
Melia, MF Doom. I thought that song was really dope. This is my first time ever hearing dude. I kept seeing his name around a lot, but I never actually listened to any of his music. So that was a good introduction, man. Oh, what else?
Dope visuals.
Oh yeah. I guess like I said, I dove into that whole flip the script hole, man. Unfortunately or fortunately, but it was cool, man. I watched the episode he did with fucking Dan somebody. But he's an FBI agent that actually studied the cases of Rayful Edmonds, Alpo, and like a lot of major drug dealers. So it was kind of interesting, like kind of sort of. Dove back into Black Phillip. Been going through that a lot. So apparently I've been angry at everyone. As far as podcasts is concerned, let's see what we got. Nothing much. It's kind of been a slow week. I haven't really had time to really listen to shit, man. Yeah. Yeah, damn. Shit. I haven't really listened to much new podcasts. I did listen to this. This was really interesting, actually. They have an episode about Chris Paul, like the. I'm just trying to find it, but. Oh, okay, yeah, the almost point guard. But then it's basically about Chris Paul's career, but it was done a year prior to the season, so it's funny to hear that now because he actually made it to the finals. So like they were just talking about his career as a whole, but now, even though they didn't win it, I think the conversation is a little bit different now that he's actually like touched the championship. But other than that, yeah, it's been a slow week. I actually, I rewatched Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok. That was cool. Like, haven't seen it in a while. It's a lot of those Marvel movies I've been going through since I got Disney Plus now. So I've been trying to rewatch all that shit. Probably do more of that.
Congratulations.
Rewatched Loki. Went through that whole season again.
I still haven't finished watching the final episode.
Because I just been trying to catch the little shit I missed the first time. Other than that, I rewatched Avatar this week for some reason.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too recently.
I know they got a new one on the way, so I don't know how they're gonna do that. But
yeah,
that's all I got.
All right. What have I been watching? I watched John Wick 3. Another weekend of studying why action movies
are terrible.
Yeah. Or not. I like John Wick, bro. Like you just kind of got to be ready to just see carnage. Speaking of which, shout out to Warren. He got back to me on Nobody. I'm about to go back and watch that again because I remember the idea of it, but I don't remember the actual evolution of the storyline. Reminded you of history of violence. I want to go back and watch that again. So yeah.
Side note: that episode was Dan Riley flipped the script. Yeah.
Oh, Dan Riley.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I watched the newest episode of Kill Tony with, I can't remember his name. It's like Derek Lucas. He's one of the returning guests that usually does really, really well on Kill Tony. He's got a series of episodes where he's showing up and him and Tony Hinchcliffe go back and forth. But it's kind of dope to see him finally kind of be on the panel and gay for good content. I realize that's kind of like one of my go-tos. That as far as podcasts I go to when I can't find anything to watch, just because it'll be on. The Dollop is dope too.
They have so many episodes. It's always like,
oh
man,
my gosh,
it's like
it's
damn
never
500
ending.
episodes. I can always find one out of these motherfuckers, and even the ones I've heard, I can always just replay because there's so many details that I might miss the first time. So.
Right, it ends up being background noise, and if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. I can clean my room, and fuck a bitch. But yeah, I've been watching the Dollop as well. I'm going back through some of their live episodes. It's funny actually being able to see them. Like I almost prefer to listen to it.
Yeah,
it makes it funnier. I don't see the act outs. But yeah, shout out to the Dollop.
The moment I saw them, I was like, yeah, I don't need to see them no more. No salt to them.
Yeah, no salt at all, man.
Yeah.
Keep doing what y'all do.
Yeah. Off camera.
Let me see what, because I've been listening to the Dollop as well. The episode about Timothy Leary was really, really dope. It's a 2-part series. And I think it was one of the episodes that they actually reversed it, where they...
Oh, yeah, the reverse Dollops. Yeah, those
the
are
Pollards.
Cool. Yeah.
Those are hilarious. But yeah, Timothy Leary was one of the professors in the Harvard LSD experiments. And they talked about his connection to Terrence McKenna and Ram Dass, and how he was kind of looked at the wild child of that whole movement, even though he was such a brilliant mind and contributed so much to the culture of psychedelics. But then making it funny made it really, really easy to kind of like remember certain aspects of it. Like this is like adult Animaniacs, like, or adult hysteria. Like if you're into the idea of history and you want to know, like,
oh, speaking of which, I never mentioned that. Drunk History. Did I talk about Drunk History before? Oh yeah, I've been watching that too, man. Drunk History is dope. Yeah.
Can't talk about it enough.
Yeah,
very, very similar vein. But the Dollop Timothy Leary episode. I listened to the Clarence Thomas episode. I've also been listening to Flagrant 2. I ain't really liked a lot. The content ain't really been memorable. A lot of them shits is getting silly. I might have to switch up my algorithm.
Get silly.
Shout out Vic, man. Washed. What I've been listening to, Vince Staples, by Vince Staples, still a standout album. Are You With That? Really the first 5 songs, First 5 songs kind of straight through. Taking Trips is probably one of my favorite joints. Of course, bro.
Oh, speaking of which, I finally listened to the Tyler album. I loved it. I haven't revisited it yet, but in the moment it was really dope. So shout out to Tyler. I still hate the DJ drama aspect of that. That shit damn near ruined the album. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
you don't even know what you did. White noise.
Yeah, it is white noise.
Name of the pod.
That's white noise for sure. Facts.
Pray for Haiti, Mac, homie. Y'all know the vibes. The Stella Ray Theory, Marie. Murder Season. I was walking up Stone Mountain just screaming Murder Season, but scaring white folks. That shit feel different, man. It's dope because it's such a black rap album too, like, and everything going on right now. Like I really listened to it because he was the first person that was like, and it's a shame it's like this, but like Mel was talking about, as y'all will see eventually, like the way they portray us in media makes it look so like, oh, woe was me. but he was one of the first people I actually saw come out and say it in an interview where he was like, "Yo, my people need help. Like, this is not just an album. Like, a lot of the proceeds from the album went to certain charities that help people who were in dire situations." And then you saw it happen in the news in real time. Like, now everybody fucked up. Speaking of which, I watched a lot of the Vice content. They've been doing a deep dive on Haiti, which also made me think about Anthony Bourdain's comment about how many times people come down there with cameras and point them in people's faces and film tragedies, and then don't do shit. And we're just seeing that happen again. Like, somebody's gonna capitalize off the turmoil that these people are going through.
Yeah. That's so tricky about those type of documentaries. Like, they trying to say they're highlighting the thing, but it's like, man,
yo, if we don't do it, who will? Nobody know about it. It's like, well, nigga, you
niggas,
film it. I thought about that with all the war footage that we saw in Desert Storm. It's like all these motherfuckers getting Pulitzer Prizes for watching motherfuckers die and telling us about it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a certain type of person that, you know what I mean? Like, especially because you got a rapper out here putting on and speaking to people who can relate, but are kind of in dire straits here. Like, these stories get told on various levels. But yeah, that's dope about music. You can always make it topical if you make it good. Like, shit that's timeless is usually always gonna kind of like reinsert itself in the natural conversation of things, just because the world don't change. Like, people don't change. You interact with these scenarios just because you actually live in the world or you paying attention to it. But yeah, Mike Hami, pray for Haiti. What else? Oh, ESTG, bigger than life or death. It's a good listen. I haven't revisited it to pick out which ones I really fuck with. 5500 Degrees is really dope. I like Lick Back Remix with Future and Young Thug, and Running to Me, Yo Gotti. 9 Salt, standout joints on here. I like this joint because it's really short and sweet. Kind of falls in line with all the other stuff they've done recently, like from the 2 Untitled albums to now. Like, I feel like they followed kind of the same blueprint. Really, really black. Really, really like live band funk driven. Bitter Streets, Alcohol is crazy. I don't know if you've heard that. I should send that to you. All the talk we talked about, like, motherfuckers and their vices. You From London is hilarious. It kind of fits the narrative of, like, everything I thought about with people who ain't really well traveled. It's like, damn, Americans go places that sound stupid just because they don't even know what the fuck. They don't assume any other place is different. Diplomatic Immunity, just because of the verses. I listened to all the joints that I feel like I should have played instead of the joints I played, and I still stand by my decision. But Draft was talking shit on Twitter, so I felt like I had to recheck, go back and look for myself.
Shit, too late now, man.
We're gonna do another one, bro. 1979, Smashing Pumpkins, 6 Rings, Ricky Blue, and Bandana Beats, Freddie Gibbs. Been listening to freestyle shit on repeat for some reason. Really an amazing album. But yeah, that's it.
All right, man. On that note, we are washed, never washed up.
Washed, never washed
episode 74, man. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we'll see y'all soon.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we out.